What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Awaken Chaos Era video. All right, everyone, today we got a huge patch again. One thing I want to say about this company is they've been doing a great job when it comes to adding new heroes and being on top of these patches. It's actually unbelievable in a way how much changes they've made since, the game has came out. We have to give them credit for just doing such a great job. They've touched so many heroes or adjusted so many heroes at this point, and they just keep going, and it's a great thing. So shout out to you guys. Great job, devs. Keep it going. We did get a new event. It's pretty self-explanatory as far as the event goes. I will put up real quick just to show you guys. It's where Endless Trial used to be. They actually moved Endless Trial under the gate. If you click on the Proving Gate on the bottom, your Endless Trial will be here, plus new content coming in the future. But if we go back to where Endless Trial used to be, that is where Fire Slam is going to be now, and that is the current event that's going on in the game. I personally love events like this that come in and they just offer new content. I think it's a great addition to the game, especially when it's as easy as this event is. I don't know how much harder it's going to get as we get through it and get to these last couple stages, but the way it seems, it's not going to be too bad. Basically like Campaign Mythic. Very self-explanatory. Clear the stages. You can only do a certain amount per day. Every day a new stage unlocks. Then you can clear that new stage. You can also farm the bottom stage for rewards, as in stuff that you can spend in the shop. And the shop's going to be here on the bottom under event shops. Click on that and you'll see you'll have another shop just like your arena shop, your diamond shop. Same exact concept. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but I'm pretty sure you can buy the shop out if you invest enough bread into it. I'm not sure if it's necessarily worth it. I think the summons, the pumpkin, and the foodies, and definitely the gear are definitely going to be worth it. It's just a matter of how much bread you have to spend to do this. So this will be something I'll bring up in another video. But as far as the event goes itself, great event, lots of rewards here. If we click on quests, you'll see every single day as well. You'll get new quests. Make sure you clear these. Free, easy resources. Self-explanatory, just read it. Clear Fire Slam Stage 2-2 without fire heroes. Easy peasy, collect your 4-star pumpkin and move on to the next. But I absolutely love events like this, so hopefully these are the kind of events they'll stick on for the future. Hopefully. But moving on to the actual patch notes. We got 2 emails because the patch was so big they had to split it into 2 separate mails. So there is so much stuff to go over in this patch. So one thing I want to say right off the bat is that every change they made to the legendaries are amazing, especially Yolanda. The fact that they lowered her cooldown and just made her skills better, she's probably going to be one of the top tier PvP legendaries now in the game. It seems all the changes they've made are going to be very impactful to the game. So again, that's always going to be a great thing when they're actually making changes that matter. But let's skim through it and let's see what we got. So, of course, we got the new hero, Garrell. I'm going to do a summoning video on him right after this video. I will touch on him at the end of this video, go over him, and see if he's even worth summoning for. That I will do. And then in another video, we'll do our summons for him. But he does look pretty good, just to put that in there. And we also got a new summoning banner, and I much prefer the way they did this summoning banner over the last summoning banner. The last summoning banner was attached to our advanced summoning stones or advanced summoning banner. So basically, if you didn't want the hero that was in the event, you couldn't summon for a week. Now they added a separate banner where it's 12 or 14 days long, but it's on a totally different banner. So if you don't want that featured hero, you don't have to worry. You can still do summons on the regular banner. So a really good change in that aspect. I mean, I like the 300% too, but I think this way is much, much better. And it guarantees most people will be able to actually get this legendary, because if you don't get it on the first 100 summons, you'll get it guaranteed on the second 100 summons. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's still better than having it tied into our regular summoning banner, in my opinion. And then we have a gear set adjustment on the assassin set. So before it was 35% bonus damage, now it's 50-50. Really, really good change on that. I haven't really used too much of the assassin set myself because it's hard to get, because you have to farm Gemini to get it. It's Gemini or the other dungeon, but I haven't farmed much of it yet myself. So I haven't really got to use it too much, but it seems like it would be one of the better damage dealing sets in the game. So that is a really good change. We got a chat change. Now we can do 150 characters. I think before it was only 100 or 75, so that's a good change. We got dungeon adjustments. They just changed where I showed you guys in the beginning, where they moved Endless Trial to a separate page, and now they moved the events to the front page. Nothing too big, just cosmetic changes. Multi-battle improved, double XP bonus in multi-battle. Guild Boss increased the HP bar limits of Guild Boss. I'm not really sure what that's going to do. Let me know in the comments if that really changes anything. And then here we go, the hero adjustments. We got a ton of these. The first one on this list is Evelynn First Dawn. She was always a decent hero, but I feel like they've been slowly trying to make her better and better, and this is definitely a good change for her. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but it's definitely going to help. Any changes towards the LDs will always be good. So before we have deals 100% damage to one enemy, applies defense down for 2 turns. After it's going to be deals 100% damage to one enemy, applies defense down for 2 turns, and launches a joint attack with an ally. So we can see that's much, much better. So now it's basically doing the same thing, except we're getting a joint attack. And there's so many joint attacks in this game. So many heroes have it. So she's going to fit on those teams perfectly. Marine Shadowblood, for example, she has the joint attack. William has the joint attack on his A1. So just great team synergies that you can add with Evelynn first down now. Did she got her change? Fred the Brilliant, I always thought he was pretty good. Apparently he wasn't as good as he seemed on paper. So from what it seems here, they just increased his damage. So we went from 100 to 150. And now on the ultimate, we're going from 100 to 120. So they just pushed up his damage. It seems about 20% on the ultimate and 50% on the basic. Most likely really good changes for him if he wasn't doing the damage that he was supposed to be doing. Now these changes, I absolutely love the Godfrey changes. And this should show you guys again, Godfrey just came into the game and they're already making massive changes on him. So again, really, really good by the devs. Great job. They're not scared to change heroes as needed. And that's always a good sign for us as players. Because a lot of these companies will just leave things. If things work, they just don't care. They just leave it and they move on to the next thing. It seems as this company actually cares about making the game a playable game for everybody and not just trying to spin that money wheel, if that makes sense. So before we have deals 100% damage to an enemy applies unhealable for 2 turns. After we have deals 100% damage to one enemy applies unhealable for 2 turns and silence for 1 turn. That silence is going to be huge. I think Godfrey is going to be much, much better on arena defense now. I like Virgil because of his AoE silence. Silence is really, really good in this game, so I think that's going to make Godfrey a lot better. And then on the ultimate, we have increased damage from 120 to 150, so again, we're just increasing damage. Next up, we have Balbrith. I absolutely love this guy. He pushed me to top 10 arena. That video is coming soon. I don't think he needed too much changes. This could be a little tough when it comes to tower or facing him in tower, but I do like the change. So basically increase the health after revival from 30 to 60% ascended to 50% to 80% ascended. Just giving him more health on his revive. Nothing too major. Just going to make him a little bit better. I think he's great as is, but always good to see heroes getting those little extra changes. Number 5 is going to be Taya. I think she's super underused. She's actually really, really good for arena content again. I think a lot of people don't realize how good she is, but now she got even more changes, making her even better. I'm about to 6-star it myself, but I always knew that she had a lot of potential as far as control goes. So before we have deals 120% damage to all enemies with a 50% chance to apply frozen for 1 turn. Chance increased to 80% if the target is infected by frostbites. After, we're going to have deals 120% damage to all enemies plus 50% damage to the main target and applies frozen for 1 turn. 50% chance to apply frozen to the surrounding targets for 1 turn. Chances increase to 80% if the enemy is infected by frostbite. So basically, we're getting more damage out of this. I just think it's going to make her that much better. So I'll definitely be getting my Taya into action. Lydia also got some changes. She is really good for bosses at this point. But the way her trait is, you would think she'd be much better for defense. They did add some more dodge from what I'm seeing here. Before, dodge plus 20%. Ascended grants plus 20% dodge, plus a bonus 20% dodge if the character is below 50% HP. And then after, we have 35% dodge. Ascend grants plus 35% dodge and 20% lifesteal. So that's an amazing change for Lydia. Now she's going to be doing everything she does, plus she's going to be getting 20% lifesteal and some extra dodge. We know that in this game, dodge is broken because you can dodge everything. You can dodge spells, attacks. Doesn't matter what it is. Dodge can be really, really overpowering in this game. So I think Lydia is definitely going to have more of a place now than she did before. So great changes to Lydia. One of my favorite changes in this patch was Yolanda. The thing is, she was always great. Her shields were always beefy and meaty. But the thing is, her cooldown was long. They did take a turn off the cooldown, so now I think instead of 6 turns, it's 5 turns. And then they also made these changes as well. So before, it's going to be applies immune and attack up for 2 turns to an ally. And then after, it's going to be applies immune and attack up to an ally for 2 turns. Grants the target bonus turn at the end of the round. That is going to be huge, giving them another turn at the end of the round. I think Yolanda is going to have a really, really solid place in the game now with these awesome, awesome changes. Not only that, she's also going to get Shield of Light decrease skill, which we just talked about, from 6 to 5. And then she's also going to get crit resistance increase from 30% to 50%. I can't wait to get my Yolanda into some action. Great changes as far as she goes. Next up is Savannah. She seems like she has a really good kit, but it's hard to get use out of her kit, especially her trait. Basically, what happens is when she dies, she gives 100% attack to another ally, but you can't pick the ally she gives the attack to. So it's one of those things where it's just really hard to get use out of her. But as far as her changes go, we have special change of vengeance, increase the duration of crit damage up from 1 to 2 turns. That's a great change. On the ultimate, adjust the effect of revenge. Before attack increased by 20%, max 3 stacks. After attack increased by 30%, max 2 stacks. It almost seems like the same thing in a way, except now you're going to get it quicker because you're going to get 30% instead of 20%, but you're only going to get 2 stacks. instead of 3 stacks. You're just going to get to that 60% faster than you would have before. So I guess that's a good change. Can't wait to see how she does. Next up is Hector. Great for bosses. Small change on the special. Now we'll apply precision up on himself. Really, really good because, again, when you're fighting off element stuff, precision is really important. Otherwise, you'll end up missing the attack or something like that. That's why on my board in for Arena, when I use him to kill the Methesis and stuff, I like to have a nice amount of precision on him to make sure that he actually lands the attack. Next up, number 10 is going to be Sierra. She got a change. I don't think she really needed a change, but it's a small one. It's on the basic, and she's also going to get precision up on herself. I'm fine with that. I don't think she really needed much, but they must know more than we know, I guess. Number 11 is going to be Hydrissa. Before, attacks have a 50% chance to grant a bonus attack. After, attacks have a 40% chance to grant a bonus attack plus 15% chance per valid hit on the enemy. I'm not really sure what that's going to change. 15% chance per valid hit on the enemy. So I guess if she hits an enemy, you're going to get an extra 15%. I'm going to have to test her out and really see what that changes on Hydrissa. I don't think it's going to change too much, but if this is something that stacks, then it's going to change a lot, and it's going to make her much more useful in long-term endgame content. So that's the first page. Let's move on to the second page. So much stuff to go over. Lightwing Zachary, I just 6-starred him myself for arena content. He's really good on arena defense because he gets so many extra turns. I put him on a stun set. It's kind of funny, and he's been pretty good for me. But he did get a change, and it's going to be on his trait. So basically, he's going to get negative 30% damage taken when taking a critical hit. Really good. So basically, if something's trying to one-shot him and critical hits, he's going to get 30% less damage on himself. Really, really good change. Basic, increased damage from 80% to 100%. Really, really good. And then again, increased damage from 100% to 120%. So increasing his overall damage by 20%. Next up is Kane. He's very underused in my opinion. I think he could be a really, really good epic unit in the game, especially because everybody gets him for free. But he's very underused, so let's see what they did. Basic, increased damage per hit from 30% to 50%. Ultimate, now will apply a shield up to 20% of the max HP for 2 turns. Very, very good. Number 14, Thomas. He got another buff. Thomas has been getting so many adjustments in these last couple updates. So on the trait crossbow, before we have when HP is above 50%, attacks have a 15% ascended 30% chance to apply stun for 1 turn. When HP is below 50%, attacks deal bonus damage equal to 3%, ascended 5% of the enemy's max HP. After, it's going to be when HP is above 50%, attacks have a 30% chance to apply stun for 1 turn. Ascended, when HP is above 50%, attacks have a 30% chance to apply stun for 1 turn. When taking more than 30% of the character's max HP, grants a shield equal to 30% of the max HP for 2 turns. Can be triggered once per round. And then on the basic, exploding arrow, increased damage from 100 to 120%. Increased damage from 100% to 120%, and will have 50% chance to remove 1 positive effect. So we got a ton of changes. I'm going to have to bring him into battle and really see what's going on there, because I'm not sure if he still has the true damage or not. I know before, I think he's the guy with the crossbow and he had true damage. The changes look good. We're going to get into some action and see what exactly he can do. Number 15, Lordic. He's another one that we get for free. I've always liked him. I thought his kit was pretty neat. On his basic, he's now going to deal damage equal to 3% of the character's max HP. That's a very, very good change for Lordric. I will definitely do some testing on him. Number 16, Virgil. I think this dude is going to be so OP now, especially in Arena. I've been just pushing Arena so much that my brain is just all about PvP content right now. And reading the skill makes me want to just build him up and get him on my team. So for the trait, we're going to have effect increases true damage from 10% to 20%, and will recover 10% of Virgil's max HP. Very, very good change. And he's the one with the AoE silence, so can't wait to get him into battle. Number 17, Hugh Ultimates. Now will apply decreased damage taken for 2 turns. Number 18, Borden. I absolutely love my Borden. I've been using him so much lately. On his trait, we're now going to have apply stealth at the start of the turn. Very, very good. I'm loving that change on Borden. Monger's another one that's been getting a ton of changes. So again, we're going to have on the basic increased damage from 60 to 100. It just seems like they're increasing a lot of damage in this patch, which is good. And we're also going to have applies defense down for 2 turns. Removed if the enemy is affected by defense down. Applies defense down for 2 turns. Special, change the passive skill when HP is below 50%. Grants a shield for 2 turns if this character already has a shield. Immediately it grants bonus turn. Can be triggered every 2 rounds. Very, very good change. And then on the ultimate, increased damage from 150% to 180%. Removed if the target affected by stun, then grants 100% attack before the attack. Seems like very, very good change from Monger. I don't know how good he was before. He's one of the only fire units I never really used. I've slowly been building him up because I do want to, test all these units eventually. So next up we have spell adjustments. I don't know if I missed it, but in this patch now in arena content, you can only use one spell per round. I don't know if you guys realize how much this changes. So basically, the way I used to run my team is I would, on my first turn with Windtrex, I would stun their Windtrex, and on my second turn, I would use my defense down. You can't do that anymore because you can only use one spell per round. So if you use your stun spell, you can't use your defense break in that same round, so it's going to make nuking much harder. But as far as the actual spell goes, Raging Aura is now plus 30% attack for the current turn. Water Prison will apply stun on the enemy for one turn and remove one of their positive effects. And just remember, in Arena, you can only use one spell per round, not turn. That is a huge change. And then everything else is just going to be optimization, bug fixes, all of that great stuff. Great patch, Awaken. Cannot say it enough. Before we wrap this up, let's just look over the new hero, Garrell, real quick. And then in our next video, we'll do some summons for him. And there's my man, Garrell. This dude looks amazing. I have to give him more credit where credit's due. The last couple characters they brought into the game, they look amazing. I love the new graphics. Well, not the new graphics, but I love where they're going with the graphics. I really like the mixture of realism and the cartooniness. Great job. But let's check this man out and see what he can actually do. I think he's going to be more of an arena character. I think I've said arena like a million times in this video because it feels like a lot of these changes are geared towards arena, which is good because arena definitely needs some help, let me tell you. I've been in top 10 arena for the past 3 weeks. And there's a lot of things that I would definitely change. But we'll get into that in another video. So on the ultimate, we have grants attack up and defense pierce up for 2 turns. And then deals 150% damage to an enemy. So nothing too crazy. This is only a 3-turn cooldown. I can imagine this doing very, very big damage. Just keep in mind that Garrell is a fire unit. So he's not always going to have element advantage. That could be an issue. Then on the A2, we are going to have a special. When attack, boost lifesteal 50% and counterattacks with basic abilities triggered up to once per round. So making him self-sufficient, that's always good. And then on the A1, we are going to have deals 100% damage to one enemy and 20% more if the target has a positive effect. Again, not bad, but making him a single target damage dealer all around. Now, the one unique thing about Garrell is his Azura buff that he gets, and it's unremovable, of course. This is going to be attacks in Flaming Azura state, deals extra damage based on Garrell's maxed health. This could make this man do so much damage between him having such a high base attack and then such a high base health. I feel like this man is going to hit like an absolute truck. So yes, he's a single target damage dealer, but depending on how much damage this man can dish out, he's probably going to be one of the best defensive arena characters in the game and probably can be used elsewhere too. But I could just picture this man being on defense and just wrecking stuff. Now, the one downside to that is he is fire, so he's not going to be strong element to, you know, light and dark and the other off elements. So essentially, he could just be another Borden, and I absolutely love my Borden. But we'll have to see, of course, get into some battle. I do like the way his kit looks. Can't wait to do some summons and get this man on my account and do some testing, and I'll let you guys know how that goes, of course. And one more thing I want to touch on before we wrap this one up real quick is the new pack that came in with Garrell. You do get 60 shards, 40 upgrade pieces for your gear, 30 bread tickets, 3,000 gems. That's the most gems I've ever seen them give in any pack, and 200k golds. At the end of the day, it is $100, so it's always going to be up to you. But value-wise, I do think it's okay. There is some better value packs, of course. But being that it's only a one-time buy, if you do want to get Garrell and you have no summons saved, this wouldn't be a bad pack to try to nab him up. But with that being said, I want to know what you guys think about the last update, all these changes being made. What do you think of Garrell? What do you think of the pack? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, so comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. Thank you guys so much for the support here on YouTube. I think we just hit 5,000 subs, so we'll be starting a sub celebration soon. So thank you guys so much for that. If you want to follow me on Twitch and Discord, those are always linked down below. We do 2 monthly giveaways on Discord, running giveaways on Twitch. I haven't streamed on Twitch in the past 3 weeks, but I promise I'm coming back soon. Don't worry. If you want to be a part of the random giveaway that we do here on YouTube, all you have to do is sub to the channel, like, and comment on my past 10 videos, and I will automatically enter you to the random giveaway. I truly do love each and every single one of you. I will see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.